Tamara Green here for A Course in Miracles, lesson number 46. All right, we're going to tap over our heart. We want to open up our heart center because today's lesson is about forgiveness. So we want an open heart to forgive ourselves and others. Okay, switch. This is also very good for your lungs. And since we are tapping over the lung and the kidney meridian line, this is also very good for releasing anxiety. Always big breaths. Okay, very good. Okay, A Course in Miracles, lesson number 46. God is the love in which I forgive. God does not forgive because he never condemned, and there must be condemnation before forgiveness is necessary. Forgiveness is the great need of this world, but this is because it is a world of illusions. Those who forgive are thus releasing themselves from illusions, while those who withhold forgiveness are binding themselves to them. As you condemn only yourself, so do you forgive only yourself. Yet, although God does not forgive, his love is nevertheless the basis of forgiveness. Fear condemns, and love forgives. Forgiveness thus undoes what fear has produced, returning the mind to the awareness of God. For this reason, forgiveness can truly be called salvation. It is the means by which illusions disappear. Today's exercises require at least 3 full 5-minute practices, and as many shorter ones as possible. Begin the longer practice periods by repeating today's idea to yourself as usual. Close your eyes as you do so and spend a minute or two in searching your mind for those whom you have not forgiven. It does not matter how much you have not forgiven them. You have forgiven them entirely or not at all. If you are doing the exercise, well, you should have no difficulty in finding a number of people you have not forgiven. It is a safe rule that anyone you do not like is a suitable subject. Mention each one by name and say, God is the love in which I forgive you, that person's name. The purpose of the first phase of today's practice periods is to put you in a position to forgive yourself. After you have applied the idea to all those who have come to mind, tell yourself, God is the love in which I forgive myself. Then devote the remainder of the practice period to adding related ideas such as, God is the love with which I love myself. God is the love in which I am blessed. The form of the application may vary considerably, but the central idea should not be lost sight of. You might say, for example, I cannot be guilty because I am a son of God. I have already been forgiven. No fear is possible in a mind beloved of God. There is no need to attack because love has forgiven me. The practice period should end, however, with a repetition of today's idea as originally stated. The shorter practice periods may consist either of a repetition of the idea for today in the original or in a related form as you prefer. Be sure, however, to make more specific applications if they are needed. They will be needed at any time during the day when you become aware of any kind of negative reaction to anyone, present or not. In that event, tell him silently, God is the love in which I forgive you. So today's lesson is God is the love in which I forgive. So did you know that hurt people hurt people? Only people who are hurting lash out and hurt others. So when you are in an unforgiving state towards somebody else, what if you could just take a moment and look beyond the maybe attacking words or the thing they did or didn't say, or did or didn't do, or said or didn't say, and look at the underlying reason for projecting their hurt out on you anyway. And that's usually when compassion comes in, why an open heart is so important. Now, again, I'm going to say this again. I will continue to say this throughout the lessons. If somebody is abusing you, yes, they're coming from a very, very hurt place, but the priority is your safety. So you're not going to be, of course you can forgive them, but the key really for you is to try to get out of the situation if you can as safely as possible, and not alone. Don't try to do it alone. Get some help to do that. But for most people, interestingly enough, their intention is not to hurt you. It's not their intention. But they're hurting in some way. They're scared. They feel rejected or whatever it is. And they lash out because that's kind of their coping mechanism. It's probably what they learned or witnessed in childhood. So we're going to be talking about forgiveness so much more throughout all these lessons, because this is a course about forgiveness. That really is what this is about: forgiving others, forgiving yourself. And it's so fascinating how for most people it's even harder to forgive yourself than it is to others. And that's why right now I'm focusing on others, which then leads to forgiving wonderful you. So I heard this yesterday, and I just want to sign off with this. May you be well. May you feel safe. And may you be at peace. See you tomorrow.